Hey everybody, Ed O here, and for this week's League video, I want to go over 10 things you can do as a game designer or aspiring game designer from home right now to become a better designer, to get better. And I've sort of done these in pairs, so if you want to say it's 5 things, it's 5 things, but I've listed it as 10, and I'm just going to jump in. So, first and foremost, play some great games. Find your best, favorite, amazing, fantastic games and play them. Play them again and again. Like, you want to be an author? Read a book, right? You want to be a great game designer? Play some great games. Really think about, enjoy, and just experience fantastic games. If you have them, fantastic. If you don't, maybe there's still a store you can go to. If there's not, Amazon, or if not, I mean, maybe watch some videos. But hopefully you have some great games near you to play them. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, play some popular games, right? Play those games that may not be the greatest games, but sure are popular. Uno, Monopoly, Exploding Kittens, you name it, but games that maybe get ridiculed on Facebook and social media, but for one reason or another are seminal games, games that kids play, games that have been around forever. Think about them. Why? What about it is fun? What about it is engaging? What about it has made it sticky? What about it gets new players who've never played it before and who have access to all those great games you just played, play those games. Really set aside the hate, if you will, and play and enjoy and think about what makes those great games, or call them products, fantastic. I really think that's an important side to that coin. Okay, so number 3. Critique a game you love. Take any of those games you just played or other games you already know and love and really think about why is it great. Tom Vassell does a number of why my favorite games, what's great about my favorite games, or whatever the name of that series he's done is, but what makes the game great? What about it's okay? What about it don't you like? What about it could be better? Really think about and tear apart a game you love. Okay? You can do it for yourself. Hey, you can film a video about it and do some social media on the side, but really think about what makes that game fantastic and what could be different, better, whatever. Okay? On the other side, number 4, play a game and critique a game you hate. A game you think is awful, terrible, no fun, a waste of space. If you have it, still great. If you don't have it anymore, that's fine too. But really, what about it did you dislike so much? Maybe it's one of those popular games. What about it didn't work? What could be better? Really break it down. Think about the character thing, all those different elements of it, and try to express and communicate those things clearly and concisely. Make a video if you want, or not, but really go through that process. Okay, number 5. Take a game that you like or dislike, that doesn't part matter, but with a theme you love, right? With a license, an IP, or just a subject matter that you think is so fantastic and amazing and you just truly enjoy. It could be war themes, it could be fantasy, where you're like, the theme of this game is outstanding, I love this theme, all right? So take that theme from a game and then make new mechanics to support and engage that theme. So think about this theme and then make a different game that uses that theme and hopefully supports it in different ways than are expressed. It could be simply a different mechanic on the theme, or you could take the theme on another angle, right? If the theme is, if it's wartime, if you're really into war games that are all about combat, maybe there's a war game all about the effort to build supplies, or maybe there's a, war game about the outcome or the cost of war, or, if you really like, a fantasy dungeon crawl, but you want to do it about, Heroes Welcome, about the goblins who are selling the wares, whatever it is, go into that theme with new mechanics. Okay. Number 6, there's a theme going on here. Take a game mechanic you love from any game, a game mechanic you love that feels good, and then take that mechanic and put a new theme on it, right? Take something that works in this game and it's about, spice trading or whatever, and put a new theme on it. And when you put a new theme on it, how do you need to tweak, adjust, manipulate it to make it work? Now, when I'm talking about these things, some of them can be full-on build the game. Other of them are just thought exercises, just trying to get you through thinking about different parts of the design and how you can manipulate them and what could be cool, what could be interesting, all those different elements, right? How to make it work. It's just about spending time with paper or on your computer or, again, actually building something and teasing through these ideas, just thinking about it, right? That was number 6. Number 7. Think hard and specifically around, that's not the word I'm looking for, but think about probability in games and probability of components, right? When you use dice in your game, what is the probability of outcome on those dice? What does it mean? What is the distribution on a D4, a D6, a D12, right? 2D6, 1D12. What's the difference? What does it matter to your game? What does it matter with a coin as a component, as a flip? What does it matter if you have a deck of cards? What's the probability of pulling a certain card out of a deck of cards? What is the probability of pulling out a suit, a color, right, in a standard deck of cards? How can that influence and impact games? Really spend some time understanding and developing some expertise in probability. It is a huge deal in game design, and thinking about the outcome probability you get from different types of components and their use in your game will be a tool in your tool chest. Trust me on this one, okay? Number 8, okay? Those same components, think about the feel and the function of those components. What's the difference from feel and function of rolling a die versus shuffling 6 cards and drawing a card out of it? What is the difference between tiles and cards and coins and dice? And how does it feel to use? What's the tactile sensations? What's the audible sensations? What's the ease of use? What are pros and cons versus splaying versus laying? All of these things in conjunction with probability, because it's both the outcome and the feel in the game of the component. And just thinking about that and moving it around and playing with it and really sort of understanding that space, I think is hugely valuable to designers. We're just blowing through this list. All right, number 9. This is a good one. I mean, I think it is. Anyway, take any game you want, one of those great ones, one of those popular ones, whatever. Turn it into a spreadsheet, right? Make a list of all of the components in the games, their value, and backwards engineer it in a spreadsheet. Turn the game you're looking at, the bigger the game, the more of a pain this is going to be, but turn it back into the spreadsheet. That's not necessarily how it's designed, but lay out those cards, lay out those dice, look at the abilities, look at the powers, give them columns for their power and defense and special abilities. Write it all out. Put some filters on the top and then start looking at it and seeing how many of X card is there, how many of Y card is there, and just start peeling back the game and looking closer at the design and cutting it up and looking at it, right? And really thinking about why those decisions were made. Might have been arbitrary, but I think that's a really cool way to think about and grok a game. And if you can tell from this list that the idea here isn't just just be designing games. Certainly as a game designer, design. But these are just exercises and things you can do to grease and get your brain going, right? So number 10, flip side of number 9 in a way, is just make some interesting, weird, strange, amazing component. Make something that is unique and interesting to put into a game. 5 Minute Mystery had the turn component thing, which was super cool. But like what would be a wild component? Whether it's showy or interesting or some weird-sided rolly die turny thing. And like think about the creation of a piece that is engaging and interesting and maybe has that tactile feel, maybe does something with probability of outcome or maybe even like pulls the whole game, and just have fun with it. But like try to do something just weird and interesting and different as a single component, not as a game. You could make a game and it come out of a game, but really just as that idea of this thing, and you're like, I'm gonna make a game around this thing. Those are 10 ideas or 5 sets of 2 or whatever you want. But for me, I think these are things you can just be doing to, like, again, get thinking, get excited, get engaged. And while doing it, have like a notebook out. And in your notebook, just take notes. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, I should use that in a game. I should use that in a game. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? And then you're just building this list, this notes of things you can look at when you actually get to design or make your own thing. Or maybe you don't make it all the way through. Maybe you're just inspired by one of these elements and you go off and do something, right? Or you hate a game and you make a video, or whatever. These are things you can be doing that don't have the barrier to entry of make a big game, success, I'll do a Kickstarter. This is just have some fun, think critically, engage your brain, use that gray matter or whatever, and have fun with it. If you can think of other things, I mean, this was just 10 items, but if there are other things you do to warm up, you like to think about, you think are great ideas for people to try as new designers to like get into it and engage with it, share your thoughts, add comments, all that stuff. I'll look at them and I'll comment as well. But I really wanted to be, again, during this time of people being at home and all the things that are going on, just thinking about ways like people can use that time to be successful. So anyway, hope this was interesting. Thanks. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.